Hey everybody, it's your girl Tamar Braxton, and I'm sitting in for my girl Claudia Jordan, who has the night off. And tonight's show is all about Black men taking the lead in Hollywood. Ooh, this is going to be such a good show, y'all. Bomb, okay. But first, before we get into all of that, last night the music world lost a legend, and Miss Mary Wilson, who was a co-founding member of the Supremes, passed away last night. She was only 76 years old. And several celebrities are honoring Mary's legacy, including the fellow Supreme Diana Ross, who tweeted, "I have so many wonderful memories of our time together. The Supremes will live on in our hearts. Our thoughts and prayers are with her loved ones." And it definitely is. We loved you so much. You are such an amazing icon and such an amazing addition to the music industry. May you rest in peace. All right, everybody. Now, switching gears to our show tonight. My first guests are a group of handsome, talented hunks, y'all, that are on the way to becoming leading men in Hollywood. So, welcome, Chike. Listen, I'm not even going to try to do these last names because it's a lot of work this evening. How do I say your name? I'm trying to stay professional. How do I say your last
I
name?
believe in you. Just do it. Just go for it. No wrong answers.
Okahu?
No, there are definitely wrong answers. It's Okonkwo.
Okonkwo. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, all right. And we have Jay Reeves and Sky Elvester Black are here to tell us about their latest movies and TV hits. And there are some really good movies and some amazing TV hits, guys. We're going to get right into that because I can't wait. And later on in the show, we're talking with the cast and crew of the new film Tasmanian Devil. I know all of you are waiting for that one. I know I am too. So, welcome, my guests, everybody. And you guys are ravishing this evening. How are you today?
Great. How are you?
Well, thank you for having us.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. This is the highlight of my night. I don't know where you guys are. You guys are locked down during this little quarantine. You guys like coming out of quarantine? What's the situation to where you at?
Well, I personally am in Atlanta right now in the Tyler Perry bubble. So we're shooting season 3 of Sisters right now.
Yes.
I'm currently in Los Angeles, but I'm about to go into a bubble, and I can't really say what it's about. But yeah, we doing that.
Yes, and you're just barely coming out of quarantine. I'm in LA myself.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I'm not even gonna sit up here and act like I don't know one of these people that's on the panel tonight. Because first of all, my Tay Martian friends will look at me like I'm crazy, and I know they're all tuning in. And everybody knows that Alvester and I have such a long, beautiful, amazing history. Back before he was a leading Black actor, now on Tyler Perry Sisters. Congratulations to you, Alvester. He was
Thank
my
you so much.
first tour, Love and War, and one of my most amazing friends, especially during that time. How are you, my love bug? Hi, Alvester. Congratulations, darling.
Thank you. Thank you, Tamar. I'm great. I'm great. God is incredible. It's so good to see you. Let me just say that. You look incredible. Yeah, I'm great, man. Doing great in the quarantine. We're shooting season 3 of Sisters right now, and I'm about to go into another project. Haven't been allowed to release by the network yet, but yeah, I feel extremely blessed, and it was. I gotta say hey to the Tay Martians because the Tay Martians really they are a loyal group. So hey, Tay Martians.
Well, I am so proud of you. But I think what everybody wants to know is like, how did you make this transition from being this amazing um, artist of and dancer into this popping actor?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for that so much. I honestly, I really felt like I was not above the process. After I did Love and War tour with you, I think it was the first 2 tours. I did a couple of spot dates with, oh, I see you on the camera with B, and a couple of things with Mariah. But after our tour, I really wanted to focus on my acting. And you already know I had aspirations out of other after my dance career. And I did it the way that I felt that I needed to do it in order to honor the craft. Like I stopped, I got a regular job, three, three regular jobs. I actually went homeless 3 times during the tenure of the 5 years prior to me making the transition. And I booked small things along the way. And Tyler Perry is incredible. He literally changed my life. A year ago, I was parking cars at the West Hollywood edition on Sunset from 7 p.m. to 3:30 in the morning, $13 an hour, and just to audition in the daytime. And a year later, God, my life has changed and totally and completely revamped. And people always ask, what did you do? How did you do it? I didn't think I was above the process. I didn't think that just because I had this amazing dance career with all of the amazing artists that I worked with, I always talk about how amazing Black women are, because Black women, yourself, Beyonce, Mariah, Rihanna, you guys really put me in the forefront. You know what I mean? And everything that you guys actually taught me watching you guys, you women, my apologies, you women, amazing women run these empires, because you did. I learned a lot from you by watching you navigate your career and everything like that. So I took that, and you guys always gave me a platform. So I took that and used it along the way, the discipline and everything, knowing that, like I said, watching you just mitigate your way through the industry and time and time again. And I was just like, yo, if everybody I've worked for can do it, I'm not above the process. Like I said, got 3 jobs, bartending, catering, parking cars, and stayed in class. Did the craft, audition, class every week. I wouldn't have $5 in my account, but my acting class was paid. And kept God first, and it does pay off. So that's in short how it really, how it really made the transition. It was rocky, but it's a blessing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, congratulations to you. Now,
Thank you.
the Super Bowl was over the weekend, and a few years back, you dressed as Colin Kirkpatrick for Halloween. Now, how did you feel about the NFL not extending him a full offer to play again?
I think it continues to be one of the biggest travesties in professional sport. And the full cycle we've been on in the last few years of seeing athletes be told to shut up and dribble or shut up and play when it's convenient. And don't need to name any names, but very famous quarterbacks don't get sidelined and aren't able to do their jobs because of their political beliefs. And Colin was and is just a forerunner. He was way ahead of his time with what he was doing. It was past time, clearly, but I'm a huge fan of him, his work. Can't wait for the show that Ava DuVernay is directing about his life, because it's truly one without parallel. So yeah, I think he has made everything that we've been seeing, especially last summer. He was a big part of making that all possible.
Yeah. Now, each of you, Jay and Chike, and I'm sorry, I want to call you Sky, but the
It's
Elvis.
okay. No. Do what you do. It lives with you. It lives with you, and it's my middle name. So go ahead and
Now,
do your
each of
thing.
you guys are like breaking new grounds in the business. But who did you look up to when you decided you want to become an actor?
For me, it was always just a handful. And it was Denzel, it was Will Smith, it was my absolute all-time favorite, Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
These are men who were able to, especially with Sidney Poitier, achieve such huge things when it was not the common or the norm. To keep on going. Sky, sorry, Sky Alberta, your story is so inspiring, and it's lots of people have had to work really, really hard to be able to tell stories on screen, to be able to embody their art and their craft. And for me, Sidney Poitier did that better than most. So yeah, I've read his autobiography maybe 15 times.
Wow. What about you, Jay?
Well, for me, of course, it was all the brothers, all the actors who've been doing it, from Derek Luke, Nate Parker, Denzel. But then I was also looking outside my race. There's so many talented actors, and there's so much work we could pull from. So, the Keanu Reeves, Leonardo DiCaprio, and then directors. So directing is something I want to get into as well. So I've studied a lot of Spike's work. Everybody, everybody who was doing it, that's who I looked at.
All right, now.
Okay, I'm sorry. They were telling me that I was rap. My apologies. I was like, okay. Um, I looked up to honestly. I looked up to the greats. I looked up to Denzel. I definitely looked up to Will Smith, and I looked up to even people that were on the side of me, like a lot of my friends that were going through the same struggle as I was. As I looked to the left and looked to the right, um, Chadwick. I'm such a huge fan of Chadwick's work. May he rest in peace. And I looked up to Tyler, and when I got the chance to be here and see everything that he's done to create not just his art, but other people's livelihoods and generational wealth. And, I grew up on Tyler Perry. I'm from the South, you know that. And my grandmother, you know how much I love my grandparents. And that was a part of my just, family time. So to see somebody do their niche and then take their niche to mainstream and make it this colossal multi-billion dollar and respected art form, that inspired me completely, and just even his story and everything. So yeah.
Now, Jay, we didn't hear a lot from you. We don't even know how you got started in the business. Can you give us a little backdrop on what had happened was?
Yeah, well, let's see. I started off by working every job you could out here in this town, Los Angeles, man. I've been managed Chick-fil-A's, valet, everything you can think of, background. And I actually got started in background. I was doing background for Nickelodeon for a long time, used that to buy a car. From there, I went up to AFI, studied with all the directors as an actor, and I just put myself in that position, and I just took the stairs instead of the elevator, worked my way, got on a few TV shows, and then now I just led that Disney movie. So it's been great.
Yeah, well, you have an amazing picture. Now, I'm terrible with names today. Is it, how do I say that? Baba Tunde? How, did I say that right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah, man, I ran into him.
What advice did he give you that day? What happened that day?
Oh, so we were at this men's grooming event, and my friend was like, "Yo, just come. They'll give us a massage." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I'm up in there, and then he was there. So I was like, "Hey, let's get a photo." And it just worked out. And I should probably frame that because I love that man and his work. So it's some great stuff. And I just seen him all the time. I'm a theater guy too, so I ran into him a couple of times at like parties for that kind of stuff. He's just great.
Okay, so I want to go to the chat real fast because it's blowing up. So everybody wants to know who is single, who is married, what's happening in everybody's personal lives. I'm sorry, guys. It's Valentine's Day, single time. That's what they saying in the chat. I'm just asking for the people in the chat on YouTube. What's happening? They want to know.
Undisclosed. We'll leave it there,
We'll go with that. We'll go with entanglements, undisclosed situations.
But sending the love. We'll take the love for sure. Black
Thank
men
you for the love.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so another question is, are your DMs going crazy? What is the craziest DMs you've ever received?
Wow.
I'll start off. My DMs are dry, okay, and really whack. Nowadays.
My DMs are very graphic. it's like, oh, okay, all right. That's my DMs get very OnlyFans-ish sometimes. I'm like, all right. All right.
Okay, well, I guess nobody else wants to talk, but it's all good. Keep people out your.
I mean, my DMs is like, I can get anything. I can get a picture of a dog or something else. I just don't know. My DMs are sporadic. Let's just say that, spontaneous.
Yes.
Keep that Disney spirit going on. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back after this message. Welcome back to Out Loud. I am your girl, Tamar Braxton, filling in for my homegirl, Claudia Jordan, and she is not here tonight, but that's okay. We have a panel full of amazing looking black men tonight. Won't he do it? First, there's some foxhole content we need to talk about, okay? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you hit that notification bell to get all the best updates on new videos and live shows. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and tell us how you feel in the comment section. The comments are going crazy tonight. Just want y'all to know that I am here for it. I am here with the beautiful actor Chike, Jay Reeves, and my good friend Alvester Black. Now, we have been all in their personal business, and I just wanted to say on behalf of them, enough. All right.
It's cool.
Let's not try
It's
this
all
tonight.
good.
These amazing careers that these young black men have. And I just wanted to know from each of you guys, you've landed parts in popular movies and TV series. Do you think that there are enough strong roles created for black men, such as yourself?
That's a good one. I'll jump in. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Is it going? Are we good? Okay. We can be good, right? We know how live go, right? Make it work. Make it work. I think that we're progressively getting better. The diversity, I like the fact that there are more diverse roles for black men, and we're not playing the stereotypical thug or the this or the that. There's more multifaceted roles. Like I saw a black guy as a sommelier, and I've been seeing a lot of people it's more diversity because we're, as black men, we're just as complex as anybody else. So I do think that we're starting to see that, and that's nice. That's nice to see.
Yeah. Now, Chike, you started opposite from my girl and neighbor, Gabrielle Union, on Being Mary Jane. What kind of doors did that role open for you?
It really has. I actually owe quite a lot to Gabrielle, just as a human being. She's a great friend as well. And as Sky was saying about you, like just watching someone just fully own who they are and what they do and build these empires around them, it's really inspiring. So I love Gab and Dwayne. I think they're a wonderful couple, and it has opened lots of doors for me. It's also been very intentional on my part to do work that I think allows us to be seen. And that show was just one of those shows that just hit the zeitgeist. People saw themselves in Gab's character, and I love doing it. I still love when people speak to me about it because it really meant a lot to people.
Yeah, it did. And for our community as well. So, Jay, you've been working on the CW show All American with Tay Diggs. What has that been like being a part of such a strong ensemble cast?
It was really, really cool. I mean, the whole cast is very powerful. I was part of the Crenshaw side, representing for us. Bringing that. I'm gonna say it. Just playing that and just being in the actual environment was something for me. The cast was so adaptive. Like it didn't matter where we were from. We all just came over there and we embraced our culture and our people. And it was a ton of fun. I missed that set. It was a great job. And yeah, congratulations on season 4 to them.
Yes. Now, talking about getting another season, let's talk about Sky. I don't know why I keep calling you Sky. I'm going back and forth from Sky.
You do your thing.
BET show with Tyler Perry and Sisters was just renewed for another season, which is season 4. I'm really excited about that. I want to take a look at your work. I want everybody to see how talented you are. Love the show.
Thank you.
Come on, clip.
Or I'll file a restraining order. And how would that look?
Go ahead and try, Jade. No one's gonna believe you. I save lives, remember? And everyone thinks you're crazy, that you should be with me.
I'd rather die than be with you.
And I'd rather cut you up in a million little ways than let anyone else have a piece of you.
Guy, but that was still good.
That wasn't me, but that was good though. That was good, man. Hats off.
Well, that
Oh,
was
hey,
that was still good though.
I'm
That
all
was
for
definitely
women
big.
winning.
Okay, what was that a clip of? What was that a clip of?
A film called Death Saved My Life with the incomparable Megan Good.
What was that a clip of?
A film called Death My Life with the. It airs this Saturday, February 13th at 8 p.m. 7 Central on Lifetime. So it's just a really intense, dark film, as you can see from that clip. But it was great fun. I've been really lucky working with the likes of Gabrielle and Megan, just wonderful actors. So it was a really, really great show. So I hope you all tune in because it's definitely different kind of Valentine's Day weekend viewing, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because I heard some there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, did we get the clip going of Alvester? Because I definitely want to see him on a private jet styling and profiling. What's going on? I want to know. All right now. Alvester, because I definitely want to see him on a private jet styling and profiling. What's
that was actually there's a new I don't know what I can say. I ain't trying to get in trouble by the network. But
right.
There's something else big in the right. There's something else that I'll say this. I am so fortunate right now to have worked on this project that I can only say that about. And because the announcement hasn't come out yet, and I'm just uber excited, and I'll leave it there because I ain't trying to get in trouble.
Just so that I'm super proud of you. And one of the things we have in common outside of being on tour together for all of those years is that Tyler Perry gave me my start in acting as well, way back in the day. And I know how amazing he is to work with, especially when you're first, starting out. We're so
incredible.
With him back in the day. And I know how amazing he is to work with, especially when you're, starting. One of the top tiers of professionalism, and always excited to give an extra hand and always make sure you're the best at your craft. And so congratulations to you. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That bubble is a powerful place to be.
It is.
It really is. It truly is. Well, Jay, you're starting as the lead in the sports biopic Safety, which is currently streaming on Disney Plus. And you even got your own billboard. Where is that? What does that feel like playing a live football hero?
Well, that was on Sunset, and it was actually over a place I used to work at, which is crazy, to me. But playing Ray was amazing. I had a brother right next to me the whole entire time. And just to be able to pull from him and honor him was great. I could ask for more. It was great. It was fantastic.
Okay, so as Black actors, I just wanted to know from each of you, what would be your dream leading role?
That's a great question.
Personally, I like to do a period piece on Black Caesar.
Oh wow!
And Black Caesar. I've researched him a little bit, and he was right in the era of Bluebeard. And there's not much on him, but he was one of the most notorious pirates during that time. I think it was like 1600. So I would love that. That's like a dream piece to do.
Okay, you better go ahead and show off your acting chops for that. What about you?
So for me, much the same. I feel like there are so many incredible stories through, especially African American history, which is one of the reasons I moved here, one of the reasons I love working here. So I think we could do, I was very fortunate to be a part of Nate Parker's dream. The reason I moved here, one of the reasons I love working here. So I think we could do, I was very fortunate. I'm going to start again. I was saying that project and watch Nate bring Nat Turner from his mind and this huge script that he'd written to the film that he made, The Birth of a Nation. That has been really inspiring. I know Jay has worked with Nate as well, and to be around brothers like that, it shows you anything's possible. So yeah, there's a whole slew of American history that is time that we were able to tell. So yeah, there's a whole slew of American history that is time that we were able to tell.
Yeah,
that part.
Okay, Jay, what about? Okay, Jay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go that. Oh man, there's so much. I would either want to play. Well, I'm probably want to do both. Either Stevie Wonder. I would love to tell his story, or I'm gonna go with my family's country of Liberia. I'm gonna tell the story of dictator Charles Taylor. You know, and what he did. It was pretty crazy, and I just think that the world could be informed on these things that happen, you know. So a lot of people don't know about it, but I know about it. So it's the reason my family was able to come here. So yeah, I'll probably tell that story. That's a light on that.
I would just like to say these tried it. But that's okay. You guys are still amazing eye candy and also amazing actors. So, being as though you guys are so attractive and so doggone talented, is there a leading female that you guys have always wanted to work with? And who was that? And I want to know from each of y'all. You're not going to get away this time. Was wanted to work with, and who was that? And I want to know from each of y'all. You're not going to get away this time.
I guess I'll start off again. I like to work with one of my friends, and AJ Smith. I would like to work with her. She's actually the lead on Sisters, and she's an incredible actress. I would like to go back and forth and get on the camera with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would take that lead too, and just say I had the best time working with Megan Good. Death Saved My Life is a very intense story of my character Ed being an extremely abusive husband. So I would like to work with Megan again in a rom-com where we can just laugh and have fun, and I don't have to terrorize her so much. So I would like to work with Megan again in a rom-com where we can just laugh and have fun, and I don't have to terrorize her so much.
That queen would be cool for me to work with, from Holly Berry to Zendaya. Let's do it. You know, I think it's, as long as we get the opportunity, I'm open.
Yes. Well, guess what, everybody? This half hour went by so fast, and I want to thank you guys for coming on. TK, Jay, and also Elvester for joining me tonight. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are so talented, and what a long career you all have. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll be joined by the cast and crew of the movie Tasmanian Devil. Welcome back to Out Loud. It's your girl, Tamar Braxton, filling in for my girl, Claudia Jordan, who is out tonight. That's okay, girl. I got your back. What a night to have your back, girl, with all these amazing Black male talent. Praise God. And coming up right now are my next guests, and they're a part of the new film Tasmanian Devil, and it just premiered today on digital and on demand. Please welcome my guests tonight, executive producer Benny Boom, director Solomon Onita Jr., and please forgive me, I only know the first part, and I'm not going to play myself. Intari, how do you say the rest of your name?
Tare Numa Mbaho Mwine.
Yeah, that. Amazing. Beautiful name. And what an amazing actor you are. I'm so just excited that you're here tonight. I can't believe it. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Doing great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Are you guys missing the whole red carpet premiere experience? This amazing movie.
We are. I feel like we are. Just for Solomon more than for me, you know, for him, I want him to have that experience. You know, I've had it a few times. I really wanted him to have it.
Yeah. Solomon, is it the same experience? You think it's the same experience that is just coming out, or you wanted to have the pink bamboo?
I feel like every director wants that theatrical experience, but I'm not complaining. I mean, we're in COVID, so I'm grateful for the release I did have, and I'm grateful that people are able to watch the film.
Yeah, and what an amazing, I saw the trailer, and after this, I'm going to go watching it, and I feel like it's going to be an amazing film. Congratulations. Mr. Danny.
Yeah.
you have been busy producing and directing for TV shows and films, and still music collaboration with Busta Rhymes. I want everybody to check it out. All right, now boom, Benny Boom.
Yeah.
How did you Busta Rhymes concept?
So for that particular video,
Mhm.
well, that was a kind of a throwback to a video from 1995, the "Flavor in Your Ear" remix, and that song was a remix video. So was this video, and so Buster was in that one 25, 26 years ago, and he said, "Yo, I want to do something that sort of captures that moment in time." Where it's just us performing, stripped down. It's a white set, it's black and white, and it's only about us rapping. And I said, I can do that. That's easy. So, yeah.
That's what you rap videos. One of my favorite. And this is what I wanted to ask you. You're also starting in another movie, Farewell Omar, which just debuted in December. Tell us about that film and how it mirrors our nation's real life immigration stories.
Tasmanian Devil and Farewell Amore are very similar in that they're both stories about an African man living in the States who brings his children, and wife to the U.S. In one of the parents is a religious sort of zealot, and in Tasmanian Devil, I play that role. In Farewell Amore, it's my wife's character who's the one who is very religious. So it's really interesting, different parallels. The real main difference, of course, is these two brothers were both pledges, brothers of the fraternity. And this movie, Tasmanian Devil, really examines what it is to become a brother in a fraternity. And that's really the thing that separates the two films. But ultimately, it's about, you know, how do immigrants assimilate into this world, into the United States? And it's really pertinent because we really need to celebrate the immigrant story, because we now have our first woman in highest office as a first generation immigrant. And I said before, our first African American president is a first son of a first generation, is a first generation immigrant, son of a first generation brother. His father was an immigrant. So there's a lot to celebrate here.
Yes, it definitely is. And also, Solomon, we celebrate you tonight because of your directorial debut with Tasmanian Devil. Congratulations with that. At last year's American Black Film Festival, you won the John Singleton Award for the best first feature. Now, what was that like to get that kind of recognition?
John Singleton has been a big inspiration for me. Like I wanted to be a director after, you know, I modeled myself after John Singleton, and the award was presented by Spike Lee. So these are two giants within the Black film industry that kind of honored me with this award. So I feel like it was a good introduction to the industry, and I hope to, you know, live out a career that's as glamorous and as great as theirs.
Yeah. Well, I know that Abraham could be here tonight, which is the star of the movie. But many people remember him from co-starring with Idris Elba in Beast of a Nation. Now, what made him right? What made him the right person for this role?
Abraham is living a very similar life to the main character in the movie. After doing Beast of No Nation, he moved to America to attend boarding school. So I just felt that his life was in line with the character in the story. He was living that immigrant life, and you know, he brings such an authenticity to the role that it was a no-brainer to cast him.
That's amazing. Okay, well, are we ready for a break or what's happening? That's what I thought. We're gonna take a quick break. I just wanted to make sure we was good on time. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back to talk more about the Tasmanian Devil movie. Stay tuned. Everybody, I'm your girl Tamar Braxton. I'm filling in for my girl Claudia Jordan tonight on Out Loud. And tonight we are here with Benny Boone, the director, and Solomon Onita Jr. And Tari, did I say that right?
Entire, yes.
Okay.
Entire.
This film, Tasmanian Devil. And this movie explores a culture clash that happens when an African American college student from a strict religious background wants to join a black college fraternity. Now, what inspired this story, and where did the name Tasmanian Devil come
This story is inspired by me being a first generation American. Um, I pledged the frat as well. I pledged Alpha Phi Alpha. So I kind of took the immigrant experience and I thought to myself, what will it be like if an immigrant came to this country and decided to assimilate by joining this fraternity? And just with that train of thought, that's how I came up with the story. And the Tasmanian Devil, similar to like a lot of Greeks, you have like with Alpha Phi Alpha, we're the Sphinxmen. So I wanted to give them some type of mascot that will represent them in the film. So I came up with the Tasmanian Devil because it contrasts the religion aspect of the film.
Yeah, it wasn't Tasmanian Angel.
Yeah.
Tasmanian Devil. For my character, that just is enough to send him over the edge.
Shout out to Tim Gibbs, who also is an Alpha Phi Alpha. He's a proud Alpha Phi Alpha. Matter of fact, that's the first thing he told me about himself.
As we all are. We all are. We're you know, Alpha men, we're very proud.
Now, Benny, you ought to be proud because what the chat is saying right now is that you are a legend, and I'm so super glad that I caught this episode. That is Derek in our comment section. And you definitely are a legend, Benny, as I said before.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you have been the go-to music video director for the last 20 years. I mean, since I could remember, I know for my whole career. And you've done artists like Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent, and just to name a few. How did that lead to you directing films like the Tupac Shakur biopic, All Eyes on Me?
Well, it's interesting. I was a film student first at Temple University. I was a double major in film and African American studies, and so I had always wanted to be a director, and I sort of got directed away from film and to music videos in the mid '90s when I joined up with Hype Williams Company at Big Dog. And so I was there for quite some years myself and Little X. We were both there sort of under Hype, and then X started to direct, and I was his assistant director, and then I got my shot in 2000. But I never lost my direction in terms of wanting to be a filmmaker. But it was the late '90s, early 2000s. Hip hop was so strong. I loved the music. And the opportunities and the blessing was there for me to be able to align myself with all these amazing, these huge artists, the Diddy's and Nas's and LL Cool J's at the time, Nelly. And so, and Birdman, who was also a producer on this film, which is part of the reason why he came on. We've been friends for 20 years. So, that happened. And when I got a shot to direct, Next Day Air was my first feature with Omari Hardwick, Mike Epps, and Wood Harris, Mos Def, and that was independent film, much like this was. And part of me really wanting to be in Solomon's life at this time was how anything that was missing from my experience, my first time experience, I wanted to make sure that Solomon had that I stood in a gap for him as a producer and as a mentor during the process. And so, I'll tell you that, I didn't engage myself too much creatively, except on the end when I had suggestions about certain things or scenes or something. But I always wanted it to be his vision and not my vision at all. I just wanted to help him get his vision, which you don't get a lot as a filmmaker. You really don't in this business. So that's really what I was there for. As far as me with the Tupac movie that came about from a friend of mine, LT Hutton, who was the producer of the film, and we got together, and you know, that was an interesting film to make because a lot of directors had dropped off the project. So I came on, and you know, we took it over, took the whole movie over. So yeah.
Well, kudos to you. Do you think more Black filmmakers should be mentors in the business?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, um, it happens. I mean, when I made Next Day Air, the very first phone call I got the morning that the film opened, was from F. Gary Gray and Reginald. So F. Gary called me, and Reginald Hudlin both called me literally back to back, and they said, "How you feel?" And I said, "I don't know. How should I feel?" It was a small movie, and I was just happy to have a movie made and done, and you know. And then when I did All Eyes on Me, you know, I got Antoine Fuqua called. So how you feel? So it was all, again, it was like, so I don't know how to feel. I'm just glad. I'm a kid from West Philly. Like, I'm just happy to be able to be in this industry and make movies and help other Black men, you know, make movies, and women too, you know, achieve their goals, you know.
That's so beautiful. It's amazing. We need more people like you. Definitely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Making strides in the film world for a few years now. How did you know you were ready to take on the role of director for this film?
There's no way that somebody really knows. It's just you kind of step into it. I when I first met, I shot the film in 2018, 19, and I think I was 2 years out of film school, and so you know it was a 19-day shoot, and so there's nothing to really prepare you for like that type of workload, because coming from shorts, you're normally doing like a weekend 8-hour shoots and stuff like that. So this was the increase, you know, a level up. So I think I just had to enter the space and just do the job. And then as I was doing the job, I learned and I made adjustments week by week. And then that's how it all came together.
Oh, wow. Well, the movie just debuted on demand today. And if you haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen, here's your first look at Tasmanian. All right, it's the internet for me. Oh, Jesus. Well, while we're waiting on the clip, I hope we don't get off. How do I say your name? I don't know how to say your name. Intare. Intare, am I saying it right now? How is it working with Abraham?
Yeah, Abraham Atta plays my son in this film. I was blown away first when I first saw him in his film with Idris, and so for me, it was just a blessing to be able to work opposite him. And really, for me, the eye opener was Solomon, because Solomon, I'm still blown away that this was his first feature, because he had such a clear vision of what he wanted to do. But at the same time, he had a balance because he was a willing and open collaborator. And he would, you know, managing a set is a challenge for anyone at any level. But for your first timer, when you have a lot of people who've had other experience trying to tell you what to do, he would be able to, he was like the eye in the middle of a storm. He could just sit still and listen and decide which way he wanted to go, what he wanted to listen to, what he wanted to. And he guided both me and Abraham in ways that, you know, surprised both of us, I think.
So amazing. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back when we return. Welcome back to Out Loud. I'm your girl, Tamar Braxton, filling in for my homegirl, Claudia Jordan. And tonight, I'm just so excited because we have so many wonderful African-American men in film. And we have Benny Boom, Solomon, and I've been jacking this man's name up all night long. I'm going to try this one more time. Natare, am I saying it right? No, I ain't got it. Okay, sorry. Well, pray for me. All right.
Let me help you one more time. Ntare.
Entare.
Guma,
Okay. Guma.
Mbaho,
Mbaho.
Mwine,
Yeah.
Mwine,
Meanway.
Mwine.
No. Meanway. Okay.
Mui, ne.
Nay. Muine.
There you go.
Entare.
My family's from Uganda. I was born in the States, but my family's from Uganda originally.
Okay, got it. Do you have a nickname? What did they call you?
No, I don't have a nickname.
Entare. That's the nickname.
There you go. You got it.
Mhm.
Okay, well, let me ask you guys a question because half of you are frat. So, did this film bring back your frat memories from college? And who were your Black film inspirations as you started the film business?
It definitely seeing, reading it on the page and then seeing those edits and stuff. Oh man, it brought back a lot for me. And I remember calling Solomon. I'm like, yo, we can show this in the movie. That was the first thing I was so, really, I was concerned about it. But then I really had to go back to, what is filmmaking,
Yeah.
and in the story structure. Sometimes movies are uncomfortable. There are moments in films that should make you uncomfortable, depending on the type of film that it is. And I think without those scenes, you don't fully understand his journey. If you don't get to see him go through this, he's going through it in school, he's going through it at home. He's being pressured. So, the hazing actually in the film, when people see it as a release, he's opening himself up to that, because that for him is actually a release from the pressure that he's getting at home. And it's like he can take the hazing, but he just can't deal with the experience he's having with his father. And I think that's when people watch the film, and if they really watch it, they understand that that's what it is. The hazing is really a mechanism for that character and for Dio's journey.
Oh, I can't wait to see this film. It's platforms. Go get your life. Okay, so before we go, we only have a couple more minutes left. We're going to play homage to you, if that is okay, Benny, and all of your greatness. So we're going to quiz Intare, come on, Lord, and Solomon on some of the most iconic music videos that you have directed. Is everybody ready for a little game? Can we play a little game real fast?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a hint. I'm giving you guys a hint, and then you'll either have to guess the artist or name the music video. I love a good trivia game, okay? So, Benny, don't you give nobody no spoilers. You can't help nobody, all right?
Okay, I can't. Oh, man, okay.
I have to give a disclaimer. I have 2 kids under 3. I have no idea what's going on in the world, so I'm going to fail miserably on this test.
My life is baby shark, do, too. But we're going to do our best, okay? We are here. It's okay. All right. Benny Boom directed this video for power actor and rapper. The song was about going shopping, looking through the windows, and not buying anything.
That's easy. Who? It's an easy one.
Oh, it's an easy one. Is it 50 Cent?
Yes.
Okay. I'm proud of myself that I got that.
One more. Okay, Benny Boom directed this music video for this R&B singer and amazing dancer who is married to a popular NFL player. The song is about keeping her special treats on lock. Who is that?
Sierra.
Yes, that is Sierra. I think we gave that away with the NFL player. Okay. One more, because that was so easy, children. All right. Benny directed this music video for the St. Louis-born rapper who battled Ludacris in the Versus battle, and the song features one of the members of Destiny's Child. Who is it?
St. Louis. No.
Well, of course, he's the only person that we know from St. Louis. But the Destiny's Child member was Kelly. All right.
Is
Well,
it
Kelly
Oh,
dilemma.
Nelly, yeah.
Yeah. And Miss
guess
Patty was in that. Miss Patty
Miss
LaBelle.
Patty was too in that video, and that was a good video.
Yeah.
So I just would like to say, I mean, what an amazing hour. You guys have been so entertaining and so amazing. And congratulations on this amazing film, Tasmanian Devil. I definitely will be watching it. Congratulations, Solomon and Tome. And also, Benny Boom. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. I guess Claudia will be back tomorrow, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.